you guys, I'm Shanita, which I'm Mom. Thank you all so much for tuning back into our video. Today, I went in and did an eyebrow tutorial for you all. High end versus low end. Everything that I use and the prices will be in the description box. After you watch this video, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Without further ado, watch the video. With a spoolie to brush the hairs of my brow up and in shape. Now I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz to line my brows. The reason I do this is just to form shape because my eyebrows are so thin, and just to keep them in place with the line, so I'll know how, I guess not know how to stay inside the line, but just to keep the shape where I can fill in the brows of the shape that I want them to be, if that makes sense. Now I'll be going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer to fill in the brows. And I use the Brow Definer. They're by the same company, by the same brand, but I use the Brow Definer to make sure that I don't use as much product using this pencil, if that makes sense. Now I'm going back in with the Brow Wiz, which is thinner, to fill in the tail of my brow. Here I will be using my MAC brush. I think it's like a shadow brush. I've had this brush for so long. But I go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills single eyeshadow in the color Rich Color, just to set the brows, to keep them in place. By me being so oily, my brows can tend to start shining and get shining, I'm sorry, I cannot talk, and become oily. So I always go in with a powder to set the brows. Also, the powder gives a more natural effect and look to the brow. I'm going back in with the spoolie. I'm sorry, I'm trying to clean this lint out of the spoolie. But I'm going back in with the spoolie to begin to brush the product into the hairs. And in the front of the brow, I always go in to start trying to fade the front of the brow out, because you don't want it to be harsh and looking all boxy. You want your brows to look as natural as possible. Here I'm going in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer to start defining my brows. I don't use a lighter I don't use a lighter concealer because I like the more natural look, and I use this concealer that's closer to my skin tone. And people always wonder, why does your brows look so put together? Of course, some say perfect. They're not perfect. It's because of the concealer. You can use a pencil, you can use a shadow, or whatever you want to use in your brows, but the concealer is what does the job. This is why sometimes doing makeup, if you're going to be on camera, you have to go ahead and have your brows done, because you try to get your brows as perfect as possible, and it takes a while. As you see, it's taking me a while to do this one brow, but hey, it's okay. I don't go in, I'm just cleaning up the line on the top of the brow. I don't put concealer on top of the brow at all. There it is. That brow there, with all of the products that I used, ended up being, the products and the brushes ended up being the high-end brow, which is $103.99. Wow. That's why I don't use these products every day. I try to make them last as long as I can. Here, with my other brow, which we're going to call the low-end products, I am using the Wet and Wild pencil. It's actually a eyeliner, but hey, it's okay. You can use it as a pencil. And I love this brow pencil, well, eyeliner pencil, whatever you want to call it also. And this is the color Simma Brown. You may not believe it, but this pencil only costs $1.99. I think I picked that pencil up at Target. On this brow, I'm only using this pencil. Again, it's the Wet and Wild. It says the eyeliner pencil. So if you're looking for it, go in the eyeliner section with Wet and Wild, and it's called Simma Brown. And this is the color I'm using for my skin tone. I guess Simma Brown, dark brown, what have you. With the low-end product of this Wet and Wild, it tends to, it has a more waxy feeling. So I have to make sure and keep filling in my brows just to make sure I'm getting everything filled in. But the best thing about this pencil is smudges well. When I get ready to go in with my powder to set the brow, it's effortless. It just begins to just form and take shape and blend so well. Again, remember, in the front of your brow, try not to have the front of your brow looking so harsh, and just start beginning to fade it in. As you see, I keep looking and trying to go over to the other brow, trying to make sure they're like they need to be. I have to remember also that they're only sisters. And that powder that I was using to set my brow is Maybeline eyeshadow. It's the single eyeshadow, and it's in dark brown, and it's also the number 140. I think that eyeshadow was about maybe $2. Yeah, $2.99. As you see, still trying to feel, still trying to give that shadow effect, that fade effect. And remember to go into with your spoolie to blend the products into the brow and to make them look as natural as possible. A spoolie does wonders. Now I'm going to be going in with my e.l.f. concealer brush. I guess you can call it a smudger brush also. I think it was like $1 just to define this brow. And I usually pick up these brushes like this at Target. It's something about that concealer underneath the brow. And you're just lining that just to make sure you still have that shape and form. Here I'm going in with my other Smudger Brush. That's just to make sure the product is blended in, which I use the LA Pro Girl Concealer, the same color. And hey, this is basically the brow. Again, I'm going up just to make sure nothing is out of place. This is it.